It was like a dream come true. I mean, it was an absolute dream come true to see all those gals, to see how excited they were, how they wanted to meet us. I mean, at the end of each social, they would write us notes, feelings and thoughts that they had, and I had just reading all the notes of all the thoughts that the girls had, and the fact they wanted to go out, and it's just, it was just unbelievable the feeling that I had of being wanted, of being appreciated, of so many of these gals really just want a husband and want to have a life that they can have someone that they love. And I felt that so intensely that it really was overwhelming. But then when I met my fiance, that the feeling was it was just so right. It was just so right. I knew she was the one. And in talking to her afterwards, she knew I was the one right away. And it's really been magic. It's hard to explain, but it was there, and it happened, and I couldn't be happier.
How many dates should you aim for per city? I don't know that there's a specific answer for that. I mean, there are guys that I think are very excited about meeting women, and they're just on that first date merry-go-round and they love it. I mean, there are guys that I think go on a tour to meet as high a number of women as possible, and then they come back and kind of evaluate who they've met and plan who they're going to go forward and communicate with. There are guys who are definitely oriented like that, and then there are guys that meet one or two women on a tour and still end up engaged and happy. You may be somewhere in between. I do think it's a good idea. 3, maybe 4. You definitely can't settle for just one friendly person, because a lot of the women are very friendly. They're easy to talk to. When we go to places like Colombia, women are incredibly friendly and easy to talk to. And I think sometimes we lull ourselves into believing we've met somebody who's a really good match before we really know them, because they're just easy to talk to. So I think it's important to meet a good 3 or 4 in each city, and then have a second date with maybe 1 or 2 who you think are very, very special. A lot of guys can accomplish that at our social events. You're going to meet tons of women at the socials. The socials are 4 hours long. There's champagne, there's food, there's a little bit of fun and entertainment. The social in and of itself is kind of a pseudo date, if you will, but a lot of guys go out right after the social with somebody they've met, and they've already planned a date or 2 the following day with somebody that they've met from the social. So 3 dates, maybe 4, and a second date, 1 or 2 in there in each city, I think will yield you probably the person you're looking for. Good result there.
The thing that the guys, I think, don't plan on or expect is how open the women are to wanting to go out and wanting to get to know them and seeing if it's going to be a good match for them. There's a reason why they come to these social events, and it's not for the dancing, it's not for the wonderful food that's out there, okay, or even the champagne. It's because of that social interaction, or that opportunity to meet like-minded people who say they want a serious relationship and marriage. And that's what we're very well known for. We've been doing this for 23 years, and we have a great reputation among the women in all these different cities. So these women come to these events with this openness, this anticipation of wanting to meet these men, and when the men walk into these events, I think they're kind of bowled over by the fact that these women are not like sitting there with their arms closed, giving them that kind of cold stare and just shutting them down before they can even get to the table. It's the total opposite. They're open, their arms are open. You can see the pictures in the socials, and you can see the body language from these women, and you can see them relaxed, right, with their arms are opened and smiling, and that inviting look that they want to actually talk to you. And compare that to the last time you went to some place where there was a lot of different people, a lot of women that you were wanting to meet. It just doesn't happen here so much in the U.S. So going out on these different dates, you got to have that energy level to do that, and you're going to have the opportunity to do that more so than pretty much anywhere else that you've dated. And if you can take advantage of it, I think it's great to go out, like Bub was saying, to 3, 4, 5 dates on one day. That's an amazing day. A lot of us have never really done before, but you can do that here because there are so many women, because of what we do, because of all the work that we've been doing to build our logistics that we've done, that's there for you to do. If you try to do that here in the States with some kind of a dating agency, they would charge you far more than what we do. and we're including this whole trip. So, you know, think about that. It's just such a different environment that we put you in that you have to wrap your mind around that.
This is true. It's not something you could repeat in this culture at all. It's quite unique. It's a highly unique environment, and it's tremendous
because
fun.
There's two different groups of people coming together for various reasons. You have the men coming because they're not finding what they're looking for. Not because they necessarily can't get dates here, but they're just not finding what it is they're looking for them, for the rest of their lives, for, you know, who they want to be with for the rest of their lives. And then you have the women, and they're going through the same problems. But you were just there. I know you have a lot of respect for these women, but these women don't come into the social saying, well, please, you know, pick me, or, you know, they'll come in and they'll say, well, you know, this is a great event you guys are doing. Thank you for inviting me. We'll see what happens, but, you know, that's how it goes, and that's wonderful, and that's all you can ask for. But they're there. They want to meet, and it's up to you guys to make that happen when you're there. You have the opportunity. We give you an amazing opportunity that you'll never find anywhere else.
Interested? Learn more at... If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.